This guy literally stood still during the match, pretending he was impossible to knock out. Regis is immediately 10 years old, and for him, he was furious about the fight being stopped. What happened? The referee simply couldn't tolerate his antics chosen. Throughout the bout, he mocked his opponent, showed gestures, at that moment, smiling. In the first round, the audience saw a fairly escalated into fighter in black shorts and landed harder and more accurate. He was always aggressive. The one in red didn't fall behind and tried to impose his own game, even in exchanges. Still, it was obvious to everyone. Their fight was almost entirely made up of kicks. For the fight, each kick was more powerful than the last. Because as soon as that moment started, everything started. The fighter in red began making strange gestures. Honestly, I don't really understand what they mean. You, write in the comments. But Haney carefully, it seems he decided to imagine himself as an invincible soldier. From that very second, all the promotion's plans began to collapse. They started to annoy the fighter in prey. And here's the most interesting part. Regis looked like a rookie despite being the champion. His reputation was falling with every punch. I think the fighter in red just responded and started to get nervous. After that, the situation only began throwing chaotic knees to the head, punches, hooks, and jabs flying non-stop. Yet the red fighter just stood desperately trying to reach Haney. Devin apparently at that moment countered every time, no one catching Regis on his nervous mistakes. Regis came in so he calmly took the damage with a smile exactly where he left. I'm even curious what inside the ring now. To me, it seems like this guy was just an entertainer who didn't come for the wins, but wanted to show the world how funny, had no idea how to regain his unpredictable. Regis was noticeably nervous. Maybe you could see it on his face. Let's be honest. Right now on your screens is his entire life. Because losing to a newcomer would be a career failure. That's exactly what matters. On top of that, honestly, it's unclear what was driving Regis at that point. But Devin was clearly precise and technical, while Regis was just flailing his arms for no reason, wasting his energy. But towards the end, he apparently realized he needed to start turning the tide on the scorecard. He became disoriented, so he landed some heavy shots on his opponent, showed a spinning strike, and even hit him in the groin with a front kick.
It's showing that he's in a different class, even though this guy he's in the ring with doesn't have the same skill assets.
Yes, Regis was responding, but his punches weren't landing, and were almost a complete waste of energy. For example, if he had just defended himself, he could have done more starting from the middle immediately after that. Instead, it's already the 10th round, and made he's attacking with his last career. Everything else is just in front of a dangerous opponent. Right after another brutal overhand, the fight ended on the same note. The fighter in black, after the final bell, both men buried that moment. Everyone erupts, especially the fighter in red, who was trying to contest the knockout. Maybe he could have continued yelling and having learned his lesson, should have approached the bout seriously. But the referee had had enough of his antics.